And how is everybody doing? We're live twice. And so again, we are. Oh, I guess I gotta fix my camera here shortly. And that as well. How is everybody doing? And so anyhow, guys, we're gonna get that all kind of fixed up here. There we go, guys. Again, we had to. Oh. There you go. Get everything in. Oh, except for my head is in the way again. And who do we have? Oh. And just get the invite here. And that. So get these other invites here. And see if it rings through again. Probably just missed that ring through there for a minute. Just getting. Okay, I missed the ringing on that one. Okay. We'll just let's try to connect with Mr. Buzzsaw here. And we're going to oh. Oh, missed. There is. Get that there. Get that. Okay, we're just getting that all set up. And yep. Okay, we're going to shit. Okay. We're somewhere near the bottom. Somewhere near the bottom. Oh, shoot. Well, that's going to take a while. Oh, I got to plug my thing in. Be good if I get my cord plugged in. And so I'm going to have a dead battery here soon. There we go. Put my skull cup here in that. Hey, good. How you doing? And we're just waiting for that to reconnect. I don't know why my mobile phone's acting up right now. Trey, you don't touch nothing, buddy. Come on, move. Block my screen, bud. Come on. Just to let you know, at my end, there's no TV going. That's probably my wife's room. Okay, there we go. So again, we get finished with these invites here. Wait on a couple more followers. Yeah. I always do change my hat. Sometimes I've got a wig on too. Um, so again, it's either changing my hats or changing wigs, one of the two. And so anyhow, we kind of get on the go here. And so again, we are going to. Oh, nighttime in England. Okay, so they're on time change, time zone. So it'd be nighttime in England today. Now that'd be cool. Um, and that and so anyhow, we're live and we're open for session, for bring on camera sessions, and that kind of thing too. And we're just trying to see if Buzzsaw is in, and see who's on the live streams for connection, um, and that as well. So again, trying to put my skull cup here somewhere, see, so you guys can see them. Halloween skull cup. And so, anyhow, we're on our Halloween live Jokers on Duty. This is our actual night session tonight. Last night we decided to come on later on at night, at the last minute and that kind of thing. But this is actually we're actually on our night session now because it is 3 in the afternoon. And that so again, it's officially nighttime in England, I guess. And okay, 9 o'clock. Okay, so it's 3:30. It is about 3:30, quarter to 4 here in Ontario, Canada. So, I have no clue what time it is in Saskatchewan. Um, so again, but again, Calgary and Saskatchewan's a different, kind of what you call a different zoning. So, on that as well, and that kind of as well as that, and so again, we just that. Oh, oh, and we're gonna. Oh, there's a little bit of, again, it gets a little bit of the hat in there too for a bit. And so again, that's my Wyerton Willie badge, so you guys can see that. And I think that's and we just again fix this here, and there we go, a little bit better. And so again, we're just fixing my shirt here, and so we are live now to bring people on camera and that. And I probably missed the first ring. I do apologize for that. Probably just trying to set invites here as well, which was kind of trying to get the followers in on camera too as well. I do have 2 cameras going. So again, I've got my mobile phone, and I also have, like I said, I've got and I've got camera 2 here as well, and that. So some nights, guys, I will have my purple pink wig on, and that kind of thing as well. And our skeleton guy will be back on within the next 2 weeks. Also too, with Halloween coming up too as well. And so again, it is what you call Halloween Jokers on Duty. And so again, we're technically live now. And Mr. Captain Howdy from The Exorcist. She's on. So again, we're live social and that. So we're just seeing. I guess Buzzsaw had an away game today too as well. Hopefully, I think maybe he was smart enough to take his charger cord with him to charge up his battery, so that way he can get that. He can actually get that game live for you guys for the Wiarton Schooners. So that would have been quite cool, and that kind of see live. And I keep missing him in the morning because he goes live too early in the morning here. He goes live at 7 in the morning, and nobody's up out of bed yet. That's what I said. So he's a hard one to connect with. And I'm not sure where the Wiarton Schooners game is tonight. I think it's somewhere around the area, but it's again, I think it's an out of town. Maybe it's not around the area. Maybe it's an out of town game, and that also too, and that. So again, our Christmas shows will start in November, and that kind of thing after Remembrance Day. And so we always want to make sure we just really want to make sure we're putting Remembrance Day first. And then also too, we will officially be ready for our Christmas shows. And then also too, December will be the Lake Huron, Georgian Bay, Wiarton, Ontario, South Bruce Peninsula here, Santa Claus Parade in December. So that's a very big tongue twister. And that so that'd be quite cool. And that so I'm hopefully to get outside for that this year. And that's a 7 o'clock at night parade, and to get that live streamed for you. Now I have channeled last year's Santa Claus Parade onto YouTube, so you guys can go check that out. And last year's Remembrance Day Parade was channeled up on my YouTube channel as well. You can go check that out as well. Same with from 2016, the opening of the Volunteer Appreciation Awards in Sauble Beach at the Sauble Beach Community Center with the McLaren's Pipes and Drum Band. And that was 2016. We were supposed to have a band last year for that event, but I guess we didn't have the band last year, so but we did the year before. So that video, guys, is from the year before. And but you can always go check that out, and it's just a lot. It's just a video that was taken just of the pipe and drums playing. Again, we didn't live stream the actual people getting the awards. That takes up too much time on live stream. We just basically just wanted to get the opening entertainment, like the major bagpipes and drums music, the Highlander pipes and drums, which is the McLaren's pipe band. That was our main more important part of the show. And that kind of stuff. So again, we wanted to get that for you. So again, that is channeled up, and that as well. And just make sure that does not fall off. Sometimes a magnet doesn't stick as good to these kind of silk shirts and that kind of stuff as well. Actually, this is another shirt. It's an actual flight suit, but I am wearing pants over top of it because I bought it secondhand from one of the thrift stores, and there was a hole in it, and I had to sew up all the holes. I had to patch up the holes, and that kind of thing, and that so again, it's a little big on me too. So to make it fit, I I wear it. I'm wearing pants over top of the flight suit. So so that way it kind of stands out as like a shirt top, and that as well, and that. And who's waving at me now? Just kidding. Somebody's waved at me. I'll see who that was. Oh, hey Clarence, how you doing? And I like your comments there, and I'll put the liking there too, as well. And so I wonder how Buzzsaw's making it. Getting the sports. If he's not into like he loves doing the sports, but if the sports gets too frustrating with him, he can always do weather. He could always be our weather guy. And forecast the weather. Again, we don't have someone to forecast our weather yet. Again, we got me, the main joker, on duty, and then we have Buzzsaw, the Buzzsaw show, and Dead Cops Walking show is doing the sports end of it, like the Wyerton Schooners. And so far we don't have a weather person yet to forecast the weather. we have not gotten to that stage yet, and that for this show, for these broadcast shows. That'd be funny and cool, very comical, I think, anyways. But so that way, that way we can make up like a full news crew, and that kind of thing. But yeah, so again, that bit of sense of humor there for you. And that, so again, like I said, just sit back, relaxing. And we have a couple guest speakers. We do have a couple guest speakers lined up. Again, we'll be having, if he comes in, we'll be having, once I can catch him on his live stream or whatever, then I'll be able to add him to camera, is Ron Cambridge from Peterborough, Ontario, which is with Canark and Arkin Industries. And he is also a Special Olympics coach in Peterborough, where he's gonna share a little bit about their new sport, badminton. So it's a little bit like tennis, and some of the new sports that they're putting together, and that kind of stuff too. Which you could in a couple of years see in your area. So that'd be kind of cool there. So again, that is going to be that is actually new Special Olympic sports on top of the soccer, the swimming, the bowling, and again I got a couple of them are ice hockey. Again, there is floor hockey. So again, there's you're gonna see a lot of different the different kind of different variety of sports and that kind of thing, slowly kind of opening up with their department. And if my friend Peter goes live, we're going to see if we can bring him in as a guest as well, and he's going to talk a little bit about People's First and what they're about, and that kind of thing, which is a self-advocate group, and that kind of thing. So, and then if we get Greg back in here, if he's connected to his live stream and that, then he'll come on and talk about a little bit about the Lift Lock Action Club Kiwanis, and what they're about. And so again, so that is so again, there's a couple cool lineups. Also too, if also trying to connect to with Mary Miller and the Salvation Army here. If she's on her live stream, she may visit the little window here and on live, and she'll talk a little bit about what the Salvation Army does. and that kind of thing, and especially with it getting closer to, especially when we get closer to the. I think we're gonna save that one for our Christmas shows, because they'll be out with the Christmas kettles, and that kind of stuff too. So again, they're very they go more public. You see them go more public around Christmas time because of the because with being Christmas, because Salvation Army is a very big helpful hand and supportive of people in need around Christmas time. So again, you guys are going to see again. So we'll probably be able to connect with Captain Mary Miller or her sister Tess. Also, too, Tess may actually talk about the Pioneer Club through the Salvation Armies. Now, a lot of Salvation Armies still have Boy Scouts and Beavers, Cubs, Brownies, Girl Guides, and that. But this one here in Wiarton has what you call Pioneer Club, and that kind of thing, and youth group, and she'll probably Friday night youth group. So she'll probably talk a little bit about share a little bit about the Pioneer Club and that they have for the kids, and then the youth. They have the what you call the youth drop-in center here now, and so again, and also a little bit about Trade Start. So so again, some of the programs that a lot of Salvation Armies now are supporting and picking up on. I don't know if the other areas where you live have started into Trade Start yet or not. Now, a lot of them slowly starting to change. A lot of them are starting to start up like a Trade Start program, like woodworking construction apprenticeship program, and for teenagers that they call at risk, and so again, it provides education and help them resume building and help them find a job and that kind of stuff as well. So again, like I said, that there is those are starting to you're going to see more so in a lot of the Salvation Army, through a lot of the Salvation Army churches and that kind of stuff as well across the world. And stuff to do with welding, everyday construction trades that are out there. That's what I said. I can't wait to see when they start up the truck driving school. That's going to be cute to see for a small town, especially Wiarton teenagers behind the wheel of a transport truck. Man, that is scary. I tell you. That is going to be so kind of interesting to see that one. And also, too, guys, we have the again, Wiarton now has the skateboard park. And so that was that was built and completed this summer, and so everybody's out using that, and they had the grand opening, I guess, back in August and that kind of stuff as well. And also too, there's if I can connect with Mr. Michael Mason, then we'll probably bring him on live as well, and he'll talk a little bit about Rotary International and what Rotary, those that also have the Rotary groups, what they do and how, and all their fundraisers and how all their money goes back into the community and that kind of stuff, for like community food banks and that kind of stuff as well. So again, like I said, these are a lot of cool guest speakers I've got lined up here that I'm connected to, that we may bring in through the little on live through the window. And some of them are on my Facebook account, on my Facebook friends list. Some of them are not. So again, I think Mike was on mine, but I don't know. He's there somewhere, but in amongst a million people. So again, I don't know if they have live video, Facebook stream or not. Also, too, even if also too, we may get an actual international Rotarian to come on as well, to talk about ending World Day polio, which is a disease that is which is affecting worldwide, and a lot of what you call Middle Eastern countries and that kind of stuff. and that as well. And so how they also too have some also too from some of their community projects on top of the money going back into the community, also to sponsoring and that kind of stuff, and shipping medical supplies over to third world nation countries, or buying medical supplies for these different countries, and that for doctors over there, sending missionaries, sending doctors over there, so that way they can help fight the polio and that kind of stuff as well. So again, it is one big thing that they do a lot of good stuff for, charities for, and that kind of thing as well. And also Rotary, when they send some of the Rotarians over into these other countries. Now they don't go over to vacation like they love to. They actually go over to work, so to volunteer work, and to provide cleaning, drinking water for some of these children in these other war infested countries, and that or may not have, clean drinking water or whatever, and that kind of stuff. So again, they set up like mission tents, like Red Cross over there, and that kind of stuff. Same Salvation Army, all the service clubs do that as well. And that so again, they have a what you call Angels of Flight exchange. There is another program. It is an actual Christian-based oriented organization, and it's called Angels in Flight. So again, it is missionaries that do board a big Herc plane, military Herc plane from any of the military bases, and that the military actually is connected with, and that they will fly them over, and the missionaries over, and the missionaries go over, and they have and their name's right on the side, painted on the side of the plane too. It says Angels in Flight. So again, they take them over, clothing, food, and that kind of stuff as well. And some of those third world nation countries that don't have what we may have. So again, a lot of the service clubs are doing a lot of good things. And then also too, around Christmas time, there's Operation Christmas Child. You probably guys are familiar with that as well. Shoe boxes, and then also too, they tell you, they give you a list, and that if the ones that people that do the shoe boxes, that you buy the stuff for the shoe boxes, they tell you what you can put in them and what you can't put in them, and that kind of thing. There's a list of stuff you can put into it, and then there's a list also on the same list that tells you what you're not allowed to put into it, and that kind of stuff. So again, that is some of the other things that they do. So again, those are some of the Rotary projects that they do. And then plus also too, another fundraiser Rotary does here is they do the Amazing Race every year. Quite interesting. And that's usually in June. And then they have, in the springtime, they got Maple Magic, which is a sugar bush. And then they have, during the Wyerton Rotary Civic Holiday Weekend Village Fair, they have the Shore to Shore race, which starts again out at the Elk Farm here and actually runs into Wyerton across Lake Huron and Georgian Bay. So then after the fair is over, the next day they have a big canoe-a-thon. Shore to shore canoe-a-thon. So again, there's a lot this town does in the summer. Also too, so every Sunday from May to October, I think it is, if I got it correctly, is Sunday Fun Day. So every Sunday, the park, they have like a Sunday Fun Day farmers market. So again, that draws in a lot of tourists and that kind of stuff as well. And that sometimes it all overlaps Canada Day and that kind of stuff as well. And usually every July the 1st we have Canada Day and that kind of stuff as well. So that is always a big, again, that is always a big attraction. And then February the 2nd is Wyerton Willie Prediction Weekend. So that means there's a lot of which has to do with Groundhog Day. Anybody who's familiar with Groundhog Day and the tradition of Groundhog Day, basically, if Wyatt and Willie, basically what the town does is they wake Wyatt and Willie up out of bed at 5:30 in the morning. Now some years they did. Now they lately the last 2 years they've held back till 8, but they used to wake them up at 5:30 in the morning. They have what you call Wake Up Willie morning and Wyatt and Willie morning, and what that is the township sets off fireworks at 4:30, 4:45 in the morning. So that so that is, wakes up the town of village of Wyerton here, and for a prediction morning and to see if Wyerton really sees his shadow. If he sees his shadow, it's another 6 weeks of winter. If you don't see his shadow, it's an early spring. Is how usually how the old weather tradition custom is. Not like last year where Willie technically lied and said we're going to have another 6 weeks of winter. We ended up having another 10 weeks of winter. But so again, it is based on a groundhog's prediction. So again, so he's our town mascot and that. So he comes out, and then also too at 6 in the morning, during the Prediction Festival, we have the McLaren's Pipe Band play the pipes and drums at like a parade, a Wyerton Willie parade, and which goes down to the park, and also too they parade up to the grandstand stage, and where they bring Willie out and that kind of stuff, and McLaren's pipe and drum band, pipes and drums play at 6:37 in the morning. So, like I said, that's and that even if I was a musician myself, I don't think I'd ever be in tune that early in the morning either myself. I think I'd still be half asleep. So again, so that's what our customary of it is, and also too, it always starts off that weekend. And we're getting a little bit off of Halloween now, a bit, but this is the Halloween Joker's on Duty live, and also too, it also has with the Willie weekend. It starts off with the Beauty Queen of Pageants. And that kind of stuff, and then there's like there's usually other festivities like Willie. There's a Wyerton Willie snowball fight, sleigh rides, and that kind of stuff. Hockey, Wyerton Willie hockey face-offs with the Wyerton Schooners. Wyerton Willie pajama party, video dance party, battle of the bands. And that kind of this whole list of things. Then the Freemason Hall down the street here does what you call a chili cook-off lunch, and they sell chili in a bun for like $6. And that's the only time you ever see the Freemasons open to the public, is when it's Willie weekend, and that they have the big chili lunch, so the public can go in and buy a bowl of chili. So that'd be, and then they also have the supper hour where they do the fish fry and that kind of thing up at the meeting place and that kind of thing for when they have like midnight blue rodeo play and that kind of thing, the band. So again, like there's a lot of the different bands and that kind of thing. Now this year, there's not going to be. Usually every year there is usually a fancy tea that is usually put on by one of the service clubs. Last few years it was taken over by the Optimist International, was doing the fancy tea, and pardon me, English fancy tea. So you English people in England would love the name of that one, which usually goes by donation. That was just a bit of sense of humor. Goes by donations, and they used to put the money they took in for that usually went, and there was door prizes, and usually went to different community stuff like the breakfast program at the school, different charities and that kind of stuff. Well, now this year, I guess they've decided they're not going to do the fancy tea, the English fancy tea. So that's where people dress up very fancy in fancy clothing, and they go in and they have like door prizes, and it's a big fancy tea, and it's always hosted at the Salvation Army. And you see all these people. It's the only day, guys. I had a good laugh because it's the only day you ever see anybody going into the Salvation Army very highly well dressed. In their fancy English clothing. I mean, other than that, the Salvation Army, it's mainly more for people in need, but when it's English fancy tea time, you know, all the old English clothing come out, and fancy English, all the old ladies with their English fancy hats and everything else like that, especially the Red Hat Ladies Society. Don't get me started on those ladies. They're nice, but can be grouchy. Because I know one lady is an Optimist member, and she's a really nice lady, but she can be a grouch at times. It is English fancy tea that they used to. They don't do it anymore. They're not doing it this year. I don't know if another service club has decided to redo it for this year. I don't know. Nobody spoke up for it. No service club spoke up for it, but this year, I guess the Optimist isn't going to do it this year. I guess they're finding it too embarrassing, especially when it's held at the Salvation Army. I mean, every other place in town is booked up, so they can't really get a booking for it anywhere else. And because the Salvation Army has renovated here too as well, again, they have to cut out 3 or 4 extra tables, and they didn't want to cut out those extra 4 tables. And that because they don't want to lose a lot of people that normally come to it. And it's the only time you ever see the mayor in the Salvation Army. Other than that, you never see her there. Or city council. Most of the time, that is the only time it has a big, what you call big out impact. Is really weekend, but yeah. So this year it is the fancy tea. I guess is not being. They're not doing, excuse me, they're not running the fancy tea this year. So again, it is probably just the other place is going to be just operating and that kind of stuff as well, the other venues. And so again, it is usually a big weekend full of festivities and that kind of thing all over town and all over the peninsula. Everything from Wyerton. Now it stretches right out to Sauble Beach activities and everything else like that on the same Groundhog Day weekend. Sauble Beach has so if you guys want to know what happens to your the ones that get real live Christmas trees at Christmas time to put in your living room, how they actually get disposed is they have here what you call a Christmas tree burning. They have what they did is Sauble Beach has a big the community of Sauble Beach has a big bonfire, and they take all the old Christmas trees to Sauble Beach and they burn the old Christmas trees after Christmas. So again, they have a big Christmas tree burning. So they take all your real Christmas trees that you go out and spend all that money for to get a real Christmas tree to put in your front living room for Christmas. Then when you're ready to dispose it, here for this area. They actually put them on the people that take them up to Sauble Beach, and they have a big burning festival where they actually have a big bonfire. They get a bonfire permit, and they put the real Christmas trees in the bonfire, and they burn the Christmas trees. So again, it is it is a customary that they do at Sauble Beach on the beach, and they have every year, and just after Christmas. So so again, and that kind of stuff. So that way it gives people time to get rid of the real Christmas trees. Now, if you guys have artificial Christmas trees or glass Christmas trees, you don't ever have to worry about that. They only do this. They only do it with the real trees. So again, it is quite interesting of a festival to see. And then also too, out in Tobermory, in the new year, in January, they always have what you call a polar plunge. So where they actually have a big fundraiser where everybody from town council or city council from Owen Sound, people actually go and help raise money for it, and they have a big polar plunge. So I did it once when I was a teenager in Army Cadets and never do it again. Not here though, but I did it in Millbrook, and which was closer for Peterborough. And when I was growing up down there when I was a teenager, I did it once. I am not doing it again. It is like this usually the first weekend of January. It is freezing cold, and jumping into the Tonawee River in 50 below zero weather. I don't think so. That is freezing cold. I'll tell you, it's and that kind of stuff too. So, and that and so yeah, so that was my Army Cadet days when we had to all do that. When I was Army Cadets and Air Cadets when I was growing up, way before I came out to this area. And I thought down where I grew up in Peterborough, I thought Peterborough was nuts and crazy. But yeah, so like I said, it's but people do it for charity and to raise money for different charity campaigns like cancer and that kind of stuff, and Huntington's and all that kind of stuff. But if there's a charity, if they're running charities behind it, then it's fine. I can live with that. But if they're just doing it as just a hobby, to legalize swimming in the winter, protesting, no, I don't. I would never ever see myself doing that. But and that kind of stuff as well. I would rather polar plunge in my bathtub in hot water quicker than I would into the public lake in January. At least I'm nice and warm, and that kind of stuff. But that again, that's just a sense of humor joke again. I kind of threw that in. But yeah, so again, there's a lot of cool stuff, and then of course the summer activities come back around again next year, and everything from 8-4 weekend, and all the tourists come back, and then it's another hot summer, and then we can't wait for winter again. And so anyhow, Halloween night. So again, what we'll do is we'll take you guys on Devil's Night. We're gonna change little things around a bit. Devil's Night, guys, we're gonna take you out for a walk and take you on live stream so you can see all the houses nicely decorated, dolled up for Halloween. So that way, guys, we can get out there and you can see how everybody's going way out for Halloween here in Wiarton, Ontario, Canada. And see how all the homes are nicely decorated, and that we'll just live stream from the street. Just walk down the street and not down the back streets. We're gonna do that Devil's Night, guys, instead for a change. So that way, because of the fact the streets are gonna be congested on Halloween night with all trick or treaters. So. So again, we're gonna schedule that kind of Halloween walk for the night before, so that way, of course, everybody's gonna have also to everybody will else be all well so dolled up, and that so that way it is so that way we can get around the heavy congestion on Halloween night, because Halloween night when everybody's handing out candy, I tell you it's going to be so congested out there. It's going to be packed. It's going to be like New York City and Wiarton here. All the kids will be out trick-or-treating for candy. So again, we want to get the live video. We want to get the live stream before the kids start congesting the whole sidewalks and everything else like that, and it gets so busy, and so that way it is you get to see everybody, see how all the places all nicely lit up. Also Christmas, we're going to do the same thing. So again, there's going to be a Christmas walk as well. So again, when everybody gets all their nice lights up. Also too, if I can get into Owen Sound, thinking if I can plan a trip to Owen Sound, to their Festival of Lights, Christmas Festival of Lights. Again, we can take you guys live in Owen Sound, and so you can see at Harrison Park, downtown, and see all the all the lit up Christmas display. Even also the SSM Chi Chi Mun ferry is that stocked in Owen Sound. It'll be all lit up with Christmas lights, everything, and that kind of stuff too. That is the ferry that goes from Tobermory and Owen Sound, that docks sometimes in Tobermory, sometimes in Owen Sound here, and it actually takes, yes, it does take people over for a flat rate over to the Manalawan Islands. So we're not far from Manalawan Island. So again, like I said, that is another 100 water acres across. So again, like I said, so again, there is a ferry that actually people pay to board, and we'll take them over. Does a couple trips. It does a lot of trips in the summer. And it does a lot of tours in the summer as well. It also is, well, in spring and summertime, pretty soon, right now, because we're getting in October and November, the ferry is closing down because pretty soon we're going to get kind of the what you call the rotten snow weather soon. So again, so the water be frozen, so the ferry will not be able to get through. So again, it is more of a it is more of a summer attraction than anything. So again, it's going to do one more. I guess it's doing one more final trip back and forth. There's a November date for that, and then till next summer of 2019 when it starts up again. And I'm not sure when that is, but again, that'll do its last final trips before the winter. So again, like I said, that goes right over to the Manalawan Islands and that kind of stuff over kind of across the bay, and that kind of stuff goes way out. So again, that is a very wonderful tourist attraction. And that so again, come next summer, then the ferry will pick up again, and it'll be doing more tours again and that kind of stuff. The whole time I've always lived here, I've never been over there. I heard a lot of good things about it. There's bike paths that you can bike around the bay and go by the Grey Bruce Trail over there. Then you come to an actual rope swinging bridge that you actually have to walk across. And then there is there's actual driving route too, so you can actually drive over from Wyerton. You can drive around the bay, and there's certain back roads you can take. That again will bring you to a driving bridge that you can bridge over. So again, there's different ways you can go over to the islands. So, which actually goes around the whole entire bay. So again, that way there's different directions. So that is quite cool. You can pick up if you in that. So and that, because our library has like atlases and what you call directories, and that shows you where all the little roads are that take you over. You can take the drive over and drive back. They say it's very beautiful over there, but like I said, the whole time I've ever lived here, I've never ever been over there. But that'd be quite cool, guys. Because if I ever did get a chance to take a trip over there, I would love to live stream over there, take you guys live on Manalawan Island. so again, so that'd be really cool on here to see. Is to actually to be able to take you live while over there. That would be really, really, really cool. And that kind of stuff as well. So again, like I said, there is then I'll have to change. Then I have to add another badge. uh, so again, Ghostbusters of Mandaloon Island. That would sound good. Again, that would have a ring to it. Definitely would have a ring to it. We're just islands in the sun. Island jacks. Just kidding. Get a one of those little Ghostbuster patches and get them personally made. I'll send away to Amazon and buy it and put Gilligan on it. No, that I don't think if anybody's ever thought of that yet. No. That is a bit of a sense of humor there as well. And my wife will get her a suit, and she can have the one that says a skipper. But and I'll tell you though, the tour on the Chi-Chi-Mum guys, by the way, is not a 3-hour tour. It's longer, way longer. But it is worth the trip back and forth and that kind of stuff. So again, like I said, I've never been on it. Again, they take walk on. You can board them, you can pay and board to walk on, or you can board and bike on, or with regular bikes, or you can pay to board your car on, to go over. So again, it is quite interesting. And they say the restaurant on the Chi-Chi-Mum is very good too. Good prices, and it's worth your money when you're on the Chi-Chi-Mum if you're having lunch or whatever in the restaurant part of the ship. So, like I said, it is. They say it's they say the cooks are very, very good on there. I knew a lady that used to be a cook on there, but she moved out of Wyerton to Calgary. She worked there for years. And pretty soon they will be doing a big the Chi-Chi-Mum will be doing a big job fair. Excuse me, closer to the springtime, because they'll be looking for people to travel on it for the summer, to work it. So to go back and forth for the tourists and that kind of stuff. So again, that'll be that is quite interesting. So usually about closer to springtime, and that it's funny because my wife just applied for a job at Tim Hortons, so she's still there getting an interview. She didn't even get an interview. Most people actually do get an interview. Usually when they put an application in a resume, usually they get an interview the same day, or they get called and get an interview the next day. She has not got an interview yet from Tim Hortons. Not even an interview. That's pretty bad. Like I said, that's what they call being fired before you're hired. They definitely stomped their foot down on pretty good on that one if they don't want you. And that maybe they blackballed her. I don't know. But also too, because they're just finishing up their they're just I guess their summer staff is just leaving to go back to school. So I'm thinking in closer to November. They're going to be doing another hiring thing again, and they're probably going to give her a call then, because then they'll be stuck for people. They won't have nobody, because a lot of the people that work in Tim Hortons only work there for the summer, and then they're gone. Then that's the winter time. Nobody, everybody. Most of the people that work there in the summer don't live here in town. Again, they just cottage up here. So they only work here for the summer for seasonal. So again, they go back to the big city where they originally live and that kind of stuff. So I can see probably November, early November or middle November, they're probably going to they're gonna be probably will give her a ding or a ring, because they're gonna be stuck for people. they're gonna be in a big another hiring mode. I know they just did a job fair not too long ago. She went with a friend of hers to Kitchener to a party store because a friend of hers is supposed to be having a baby shower, and that kind of not mine. I didn't do anything. uh, uh, so nobody can't blame me for nothing. But so we get that straight. But so again, like I said, that's and that so again, she went to Kitchener. So the day she went to Kitchener, to get party to help her friend get party supplies, she Tim Hortons here had a big job fair lineup. Had one of those big lineup job fairs, where it was a day of applying with resume and interview the same day, and also being hired within 24 hours within the same day. So that's what they have when they have a big job fair, big lineup and that kind of thing. Everybody all lines up for it. Foodland, I don't know when the last time Foodland had theirs. I know they had theirs like maybe 3 months. I think 3 months prior to Tim Hortons, something like that. Did a big job fair conference and that kind of thing as well, at the arena where they actually had everything, all the businesses set up. You go around the different tables and you pick which place you want to work and that you want to apply for, and you take your resume with you, and it's a big job fair center, and you go up to that table that you want to, of your choice, that your goal is to work for, and you put in your app, you get an application from that table, and you sit down, you fill it out, and you hand in the resume to that employer of that table, and then that way, with that information and that kind of thing, sometimes he'll interview you right there. Sometimes he'll wait till after the job fair, and then he'll give you a ding up or whatever, and then you go for your interview, and then he decides if he's going to hire you or he's not going to hire you. Type deal. So again, so again, that's a little bit how the job fairs work. And that so again, there's been a few of them with this area, and that so far, and that so again, that's that's basically, but at least there's a variety of tables where you get to go around before you get to pick where you want to where you want to apply for. You get to go around to all the different tables, ask questions, talk with the employers of the businesses and companies, and that get to know them, kind of meet and greet kind of thing, to see what their company's about, to see who they're looking for, what they're looking for, what jobs are available, what they're hiring for, what qualifications you may need, and that to work for them. So again, so everything from food industry to medical to whatever, big job fair. That usually they had a big what you call big a job fair line, what they call a job fair lineup at the arena and that kind of thing. So that is quite cool, where everybody can go around and check out the different businesses and really decide who they really want to work for. Or who they really want to apply for, so and who they have deep down that they have faith in that's going to hire them, which is the right place, could be the right place for them to work, and that, or which would be the right job that would suit them. So again, it is like one of those it's like one of those what you call job carnival fairs, I call them. You get to tour around the different tables and that, and get to see in, and the employers will probably ask questions, answer questions, talk a little bit about what their business is about, and what they're looking for, and what they're hiring for, and how long they've been in business for, what and that kind of stuff. So again, and that kind of stuff, and what the job description may be involving. So again, there's a lot of different trades like construction, fast food, restaurant, medical, a lot of different policing, and that kind of thing. Now, paramedics here is kind of out of that job fair. If I remember, no, paramedic. Yes, here, yes, paramedics is in the job fair, because it is paid employment. But our fire department is not, for some reason, is not in the job fair, because our fire department here is volunteer fire department. But the Owen Sound Fire Department comes up for the job fair. So it is Owen Sound Fire Department. Yes, that is part of the job fair is the fire department of Owen Sound, because Wyerton is only volunteer fire department. So so again, the Owen Sound Fire Department is always part of the recruiting and the job fair, and then you have the Canadian Armed Forces booth set up and that kind of stuff as well for every job fair. They never miss a job fair. The armies never ever miss a job fair. They're always number one at that job fair, which is really good to see. Those guys are always right when there's a job fair and there's a job fair lineup, they take that opportunity to get the recruits. So again, they're right there. They make sure that they're number one to have their table booked. So again, they're always ready to collect resumes and to collect new recruits. So or take new enlistments in. So again, that's so that is quite good on that end. So again, they explain a little bit, and then they have their videos and that kind of thing, and what education level their trades start at, and what their qualifications you need to get in to be qualified. That could qualify you, or what can disqualify you. So again, there's and they take in questions, they answer questions, and that kind of stuff, and and a little bit what their training's about, basic training's about, and that kind of stuff, and how a career in the Canadian Armed Forces could work for anybody, if they really want to get into it. So again, or if they qualify to get into it. So again, there's a total difference. So again, like I said, there's and that kind of stuff. So and also too, they also talk on the difference between what an NCO is compared to a CO. A lot of people ask, well, again, it's initials. What a CO is within the Canadian Armed Forces or even the cadet system, what a CO is, he is a commissioned officer. So that means he with his rank, if it means that he or she is a commissioned officer, they're a CO, means they are paid for service. So again, they're in a full-time career with the Canadian Armed Forces or ahead of the Salvation Army if they're a CO. If they're a CO, that means they're being paid for their time in service. If they're an NCO, means it's non-commissioned officer, means that they don't get paid. They're not paid commissioned officers. Means that they're there voluntarily. So volunteer instructor officers are and that so it means non-commissioned officers means they're a volunteer. The volunteer training officers and that kind of stuff as well. So that is the difference between an NCO and a CO. Don't ask them one question if you do have questions at their table. Now, so everybody asks this question. They say, okay, they say, what's the difference between an NCO and a CO? And they say a CO is a commissioned officer, and an NCO is a non-commissioned officer. And then somebody asks, well, what's an NCP? And they will not answer that one because it stands for nincompoop. so so again, that there is just a bit of a sense of humor. That one don't even, the NCP don't exist. They don't like that one. They get a laugh out of that one all the time. But again, that is a question you always wanna avoid on that one. So again, that there was a bit of a sense of humor on that one. So that was always a classic. I always loved that one. Military always gets laugh. Even when we were in cadets, they always got laughing at that extra one being thrown in there. Again, my sergeants were young enough when we were cadets. They used to just joke like that all the time to get the head commissioned officers going, get them so offended. Oh, hello, and okay, and you're in France. Okay, that's okay. Welcome to Jokers on Duty. Halloween Jokers on Duty. So bonjour. My mom was before she died. She was born and raised in Montreal, Quebec. French Canadian. So, and that kind of stuff. So, so again, there's a little bit of an update there in that. So again, and so again, we wanted to put a little bit of a sense of humor there. And I'm in Wyerton, Ontario, Canada now, and that kind of thing. Grew up in Peterborough as a kid and that kind of thing. And then when I got married, I came out here, and that kind of stuff too. So again, it is nice, quiet town, no city buses. Don't have to chase any buses down. Do have to wait 5 hours though for a taxi cab. That is crazy. Especially if he's in Owen Sound or whatever. Across the peninsula, then I have to go chasing them, and that kind of thing. So, or I have to, it is not like New York City where you can just raise your hand and you shout taxi, and then all of a sudden they speed up and stop for you. It don't work here. And that kind of thing. So, again, that was a bit of a sense of humor there. I kind of wanted to throw in as well. And so anyhow, I'm probably gonna watch probably some more Halloween movies tonight and that kind of thing. So again, we're still open for live invite, and see before Buzzsaw before he gets right to his tournament, out to the game if he's going, or if not, maybe he's gonna be home. And that, well, maybe yeah, maybe we will take a live stream break and for a bit, and then I'll be back on with you tonight. I think so. I think it is a good night, and that kind of thing for when see if we can pick up any more in window invite chats tonight, and that kind of thing. Let's see if I can connect with Ronald Cambridge tonight. And that kind of thing to see if he comes on live, and that. So, or we may surprising, we may catch up with Buzzsaw tonight. So again, just in case he doesn't get out to his game tonight again, he didn't get the Wyerton Schooner game. Man, I tell you, the sports section is gonna go crazy. I tell you, the sports guy now is gonna go totally crazy, because he's trying to get a ride out to their away game, and he can't get out to it. He's probably again he's probably got his battery charged up and ready to go to live stream the game, but now he probably can't get out to it. Where last night he was out at the game because they played a home game here. and he went to go live stream the game, and the battery died out on him, and he forgot his charger cord. I take his charger cord with him. So again, I mean, I tell you, I think he's gonna have it rough with the sports end of things. I still think he'd be better off on weather forecasting than anything. That is, like I said, that is just too funny. I tell you, that is just too funny. Um, I wonder if the actual I wonder if the radio station ever has this problem with their camera crew. I tell you, like I said, this is the Joker's on duty. Halloween Joker's on duty. Joker's on duty. The Buzzsaw Dead Cops Walking Show. He's Cody is, but the Buzzsaw Dead Walking Cop Show. Dead Cops Walking Show, and I'm Joker's on duty. So again, we're both in Wyerton here. So again, but I make sure that my battery is always fully charged. Like I have a Wi-Fi battery modem pack that I carry. So I actually carry a portable Wi-Fi modem battery charger pack. So that way, I don't ever have to worry about finding a plug to plug my charger plug in. I just have to plug it into the battery modem and just carry it around in my pocket. So that way, if I'm outside, I can actually get the live stream and I have no problems. When it comes down to live streaming like that guy has, and he's new at it too, so I guess he's just trying to get used to it, but that is okay. I tell you, this is one of, like I said, this is social media's one most embarrassing moments, and that kind of stuff as well. That's this. So technically, you can say our shows are unorganized, and that kind of thing, kind of last minute do type thing. And that was, let's see who's coming on in there. And hey Donald, how you doing? So again, like I said, that's hopefully, like I said, for the Christmas shows, when they do up the Christmas festival, Christmas of Lights down in Owen Sound, if I can plan a trip to Owen Sound, I will take you guys live. And so it'd be probably nights. You can see up Harrison Park and see how it's all lit up with all the Christmas lights. Usually they have what you call a firework opening with fireworks and bands and everything like that. They have a week of a opening festival, sleigh rides, everything in Owen Sound and that kind of thing, activities. So again, I like to get down to that if I can, and get a good live stream of it. If not, then I guess if somebody else is getting a live stream of it and it comes through Facebook, I'll just kind of share it over, put it through as like share it as a link, and that kind of thing as well. And that, so again, I also too, again, there's a lot of Christmas, I guess also too, a lot of churches doing a lot of Christmas Eve services. The Baptist church now down here does a Christmas Eve pageant, like Christmas Eve pageant, every Christmas Eve service. And that, the wonderful night that Tim Hortons is not open 24 hours. They close their doors at 5:00 at night so they can go home for Christmas. So, and then they're not open Christmas Day. So that is a day if you want to buy like chicken sandwich wraps or whatever, donuts or whatever, you got to buy them up before 5:00 at night, because then they're all sold out of everything. Because they do it again. So after Christmas, they have a new shipment in, just 2 days after Christmas, and then New Year's the same thing again. Early close up for the new year, until the new year. So again, like I said, same with Foodland. So again, so that is quite cool there. And that, so if I can arrange a trip to Owen Sound, when I know the Christmas lights are on, and that again, guys. I'm hoping for a night show, even the Owen Sound Festival, at Christmas, the festival lights opening of the festival lights festival. Get down there and take you guys live on live stream, that kind of stuff as well. When they have the actual opening of that, that'd be great. Or I'll just share the link, whatever, one of the two. And that kind of stuff as well. So that'd be kind of cool to see on here. So that'll bring up that'll also be cool because it'll bring up our Christmas shows too. So again, those are some of the activities that are going to be going on down there. Again, down there, guys, it's a big jazz festival. Everything from country music to jazz, and that kind of thing. I don't know if New Year's, if Owen Sound does the first nighting. A lot of cities do the first nighting. I think Owen Sound does do first nighting. First Nighters Parade, and which is a big. They have all the different venues again, festivals, and that different bands, Battle of the Bands, and the whole city's open all night long, and then they end the night with fireworks during the New Year and that kind of stuff. I know down, if you guys follow CNNE on New Year's Eve, they had the big ball drop in New York City at Times Square. And I don't know if it's going to be ball drop this year. Last year it was ball drop. Every year it's different, and it's covered by CNN. That's the only time, guys, I ever watch CNN is to follow the New Year's Eve countdown. And then they have the big concerts and that kind of stuff down there, like the rap concerts, rock and roll concerts, different celebrities and that kind of stuff. So big New Year festival down there. For again, another big first night another first night thing. Now, usually with the big cities, they try to keep that first night entertainment alcohol-free night, but of course, people coming out of the bars, they do not listen. They're just so happy drunks on New Year's Eve to walk in around with a cup full of booze. It's of course what you expect is New Year's. So again, like I said, that's you expect that anywhere. I guess you see that everywhere. So technically, there goes the idea having New Year's Eve downtown countdown as an alcohol-free night, which originally the event usually is equipped for. But again, it's New Year's. Everybody gets all out of whack, out of control that night. It goes crazy. You see that in the bigger cities more so than anything. Even in a small town here too. And that kind of stuff as well. But yeah, so again, I just hope that New Year's Eve this year does not fall on a Friday night, on a karaoke night. Because I'm telling you, they're going to have their hands full down here at the Legion big time if it does. Because the way some of these guys are when they're drinking, they hide Lenny's. They hide the karaoke DJ's microphone, and they walk off with his TV monitor, hide it on him, everything. Get the guy going. They're bad around here. Nice guys though. I can understand. They can't help that. If they again those guys that get into down there, they get into the alcohol big time, and they don't realize what they're doing. I don't do stuff like that, but these guys do. They're clowns. So I mean, like one year he found his microphone down the toilet. I tell you, I mean, poor guys had it all done to him. All these gigs. You sit back, you try not to laugh. You know it's not funny then, but you sit back, you look at it. It's very comical. It's funny. They just they just get it. They just love getting him going, and that kind of stuff, and that. So I mean, it's just like one year, one of his somehow these guys, they got too wild into the alcohol, and they didn't realize what they were going, and he went looking for one of his TV monitors, and then ended up at the Salvation Army the next day, uh and that kind of thing. So again, that was too funny. When I heard that story, a friend of mine was telling me that story there. I had cracked up laughing at that one. And he had to go to the Salvation Army to go fetch his equipment. I mean, we got to watch these jokesters. Too bad I can't live stream down there, because there's just so much funny stuff that goes on that I would love to catch on live stream here for you guys and crack you up laughing. I'll tell you. There is it is like almost being on the Jerry Springer show around here in this town. I mean, it is crazy. I tell you, but I have to grant, it does make you laugh. I have to grant that. It is. I know it's not funny then, but you look back now, it is quite comical. Some of the things these guys do when they're drinking, and they don't realize what they're doing, and not until they're out of it. And on top of that, now, now now we've got. What do we got now coming on the 17th? 2 day. Oh man, 3 days away. Here we go. The hippie grass will finally be legalized. Here we go. This is gonna be a hoot. I'll tell you that now, especially these guys down at karaoke. I tell you, they're probably gonna be having a big heyday, and they'll probably be as high as kite, as drunk as fools again, and totally be right out of it. And that kind of thing now, since now there's all this legalization. Now Canada's legalized it. Bad mistake, Canada. I'll tell you, bad mistake. But that is okay. But like I said, that's I had to I kind of had to put a bit of a sense of humor into that, as a bit. But like I said, I'm even slowly adjusting to the change of it. Being somebody who grew up where my family's always been against it and raised us kids not to touch it. Or have anything to do with it, and that kind of thing. So now, with it coming into being legalized in everyday society, it's something I have to actually live around and cope with. But I can put a restrictions of it down with my friends that do it, and that kind of thing in my home, and that kind of stuff as well. Again, I'm not going to be as harsh as what people think I might have sound like. No, it is. There's going to be what you call a restriction of places where they can smoke it. First of all, because I do live in a smoke-free building. The smoking not the building. I meant the building. The building itself that I live in, that I rent in, is a smoke-free building. Means it doesn't tolerate any smoking whatsoever. It is the bylaw that tenants are not allowed to smoke in their own apartment. They have to go out of the apartment, out of and off the property to smoke. I'm not a smoker. But it is a very strict law, and even to rent now, to rent apartments here, the landlord will not rent. That's the first question they ask you, is if you're a smoker, because if you put on your application that you are a smoker, the first thing the landlord's going to tell you, he's going to decline you. He or she's going to decline you and tell you that they cannot rent to you because you're a smoker. So again, because there's all these laws now, and that kind of thing, and because there's an anti-smoking law, and then also too now, because they're legalizing the cannabis, again, the building is probably going to get a lot stickier. So again, they're probably going to start tenants that may actually be already in the building, that may be into that's lived here before the legalization. The ones that do live here, they're probably going to they're going to be finding that they're going to be pushed outside with it. because the landlord here is getting very the owner here is getting very, very, very strict. So again, he's shooting off his guns big time here. This is why I said it's he's putting all these bylaws down and everything else like that, and that kind of stuff as well. So, like I said, it is, but half and half. It is still a battle, but like I said, not for me. Like I said, I am a non-smoker. I don't smoke, and I don't do. Again, I'm not into doing the cannabis or weed, but the fact that it has been legalized. As much as I didn't like to see it be legalized, it is something we do have to live with in everyday society. That it is going to be part of our society, so it is something we do have to live with. But again, they have sent out what you call flyers, where they still put a little bit of restriction laws on it, just like they did alcohol. So again, they have they're kind of, which is a good thing is also too they have laid out strict laws that is on laws on it that is under the alcohol gaming commission laws. So again, it's going to be treated just like alcohol. See, alcohol is 19 in Canada is 19 and over to purchase. Well, with cannabis, it's a year younger. It is between 18 to 19 years of age, again, to purchase. Again, there's going to be still the restrictions on it that it can, again, you cannot go to work high, you cannot traffic it. You can't drive high. Same rules as would apply with alcohol. So again, it is going to go under the alcohol. Same with the alcohol ride check. I guess now they can call it alcohol. Now the New Year's Eve, they can call it the New Year's Eve rye and cannabis check. So weed check. So I mean, it's to make sure people ain't driving with the stuff on their breath. Or whether they're going to stand out, whether the police officer's going to stand out there with drug testing needles now to do a blood test on the side of the road now. This is I got to see. So again, like I said, but again, it is I guess there is going to be which is pretty good that they are going to under the conditions that it goes under the same laws as the alcohol would. I guess they are going to allow it. So again, as long as it is used properly like alcohol, that is not abused, then I guess there is still it's going to come under the alcohol bylaws. So that's basically, I guess, what their plan was. So if they were going to allow it, it was going to come under the alcohol bylaws. So everything that the age restrictions, the driving restrictions, going to work, is going to be the same as it would be your everyday alcohol bylaws. So was only the conditions that they were going to legalize it here in Canada. Other than that, they were not going to legalize it. So again, we have 2 days apart. I guess we're 2 days or 3 days apart. Before we turn into another hippie generation again. Bring back the 60s. I'll tell you. Pretty soon we'll be sitting around campfires again singing Kumbaya or I Got You, Babe. So again, like I said, those hippie days, I can tell you, we never get rid of those hippie days. I guess they're slowly trying to make, I guess that generation is starting to make a comeback. But now hippie days with internet, and Wi-Fi internet. So now the hippies are making a comeback, but they're making a comeback on live stream, on internet, because back in the 60s, internet didn't exist. So again, that's why I said that there's this history does, like they say, never fails. History does go. History is always repeating itself, and it never fails. But so again, the 17th, like, man, the big evil 17th is around the corner. Is the big, I guess, I guess is the big final day. So I mean that's that as of midnight on the 16th, uh, she legalized. So like I said, that's what we that's what we're not hope that's what we were not looking forward to see. I tell you, it is just going to be like it is going to be the lineup for the stores for that is going to be just as bad as the lineups for getting into the movie theaters for when the 1974 Star Wars first came out. I tell you, that is going to be one crazy lineup. Everybody, every weed smoker and every cannabis smoker is going to be coming out of their closet big time now. Going to go public. So again, you're going to see also too. You're going to see a lot of people's live streams on here with it. Bit by bit, you slowly do, but more so. So again, it's going to be all over Facebook. It's going to be all starting to be all over Facebook. It's going to be all over Instagram, all over Twitter, Twitch. I tell you, it's you're never gonna get away from it. Again, so again, it's just kind of one of those comedy things, but yeah, so again, I wanted to do a quick check-in, and also I'm going to take a Mr. Noodle supper break, and I will be back with you tonight, and we're going to go live. Maybe, guys, tonight I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to put the purple wig on tonight. Anybody want to see me in the purple wig again? Because I've got it in the back room. You're going to see me with the purple hairdo again. Wig. I actually wanted to. Now, my wife gave me a kick of butt the other day for it because I accidentally did, for real, dye my hair green, and I got kicked out of the Salvation Army for it because they did not like it. Somebody complained, and I got the boot out the door for dyeing my hair green. And before I could go back in, I had to shave my head bald, and I did not like that. Actually, I'm actually thinking about dyeing my hair totally purple this time when it grows in, with the actual purple color, rainbow color, a real hairdo. But again, but I probably scare a lot of people, especially for New Year's at least. My wife definitely probably kicked me in the butt for that one. But anyhow, again, we will be we'll be doing another stream tonight. We'll be live, and we'll have open window chat sessions for those that want to come in and come on live stream. The one call did come through, and I do apologize. I did miss it. I was distracted on the other mobile phone getting it all set up as well. Also too, if you have any questions or it is about Jokers on Duty and that kind of stuff, you can always send me an email to tsplane45@gmail.com, and that is my email. And so that way I can privately answer those questions back to you and send you and respond back and that kind of thing, because I don't always see the comments as they come through, but I do read them. Sometimes a little late at reading them, but again, like I said, but eventually I will get back to you. And that kind of thing too. So, and also too, guys, if you connect with me on live stream, make sure you guys are going through your Facebook live stream. So technically, it's a little window at the bottom, green window. You press that, and you can come through. So again. And that, so again, we had a couple cool chat sessions with Buzzsaw, a couple of friends of mine already in Peterborough, Paul Elmhurst and Richard Hunt, two friends of mine, and Buzzsaw twice. We're still trying to connect with the Special Olympics coach in Peterborough, and so we bring him on live as a guest speaker in the window as well, and also Peter Baskin down there, and Steph Paul. And so again, like I said, there is So again, we can bring them on live and make sure we connect their live streams to mine, so that way you can invite them in, so that we can have the little window sessions so they can come through. So again, and let's see who all is on live and that kind of stuff, so that we can have get the window chats going. Those are always fun, and all through Christmas shows too, guys. They will be going as well. So again, like I said, we're Wyerton. I guess you can say I'm basically the only one for the Wyerton area. I would love to get. I'm protest. Oh, I can't say I'm protesting. I would love to, like you can see here, I would love to get a group started here, chapter here if I could do it. For the Lake Huron and Georgian Bay and Wyerton South Bruce Peninsula Ghostbuster chapter. Again, everybody has to buy their own suits. Again, like I said, again, so far I have not gotten around to. Again, I may buy my own proton pack sometime down the road, but I got to save up for it. It's going to take me a while to save up, but I will buy one eventually. Probably go to Amazon and buy one, and then see what they have. And probably next Halloween, I may surprise you and buy it. And safe my what my pays for that. So that way it'll be cool, and so that we can do more live outside stream, guys. Hopefully, I hope this outfit does not get any more holes in it, and I have to stitch up, or I'll have to buy a new one. So again, only thing difference with me is I'm wearing dress pants because where the stitches are where the hole was. I don't want to. You don't want to see the stitching where I had to mend up the flight suit. So again, I wear jeans and kind of wear jeans and pants with the flight suit. So and thank you for tuning into this session. We will be back tonight after supper, and we'll take you live here on Halloween Jokers on Duty, and let's hear those Halloween plans on what everybody has plans for Halloween, or if they're going to parties, and if you are going to parties, also be safe. If it is an alcohol related party, make sure you plan your transportation home, plan a designated driver, do not drink and drive. If you are, don't get caught. That's what I always say. And that kind of stuff. I'm bad. I should not encourage that, guys. I'm sorry. That was a joke, by the way. So no, on Wyerton they take that here. They actually take that literally. And because that's one excuse I don't want to hear. Don't want to hear out of people. Oh, the dude on Jokers on Duty told us we could. So again, that'd be a very bad excuse, definitely. And so I hope every so anyways, to our friends in Paris, France, au revoir, and have a great day. And we'll be back with you tonight after supper. And thank you for tuning in. And this was your Jokers on Duty. Have a great day, guys.